Well, tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., I fly out to Fresno, California to do a trip unlike a trip I've ever done before. I have hired Summit Adventures. They are a Christian ministry out west that takes people into the backcountry to do all kinds of adventures. So there's a physical aspect of rappelling and climbing and alpine stuff, but then there's a spiritual aspect of getting away from distractions, spending time with the Lord, learning more about yourself. We're reading a book together, the guide and I just thought it'd be fun to show what gear I'm bringing. It's been a long time since I've done a trip like this, and I've never included rock climbing gear in my setup. So I'm going to be out there 5 full days. We're going to be doing a couple of different activities. I have my list going. I'm at about 24 pounds without water and without ice axe, crampon, and helmet, which we're going to have for a portion of the time. So we're going to do some backpacking. Then we're going to get on the crampons and the ice axes and do some alpine climbing up Coular to an area where we're then going to go up to Maderna Peak in Ansel Adams Wilderness area. Then we're going to stay another night, have some time of reflection and contemplation, and then we're going to do some rappelling off of a feature called the Toad, and then the next day we're going to go climb Fresno Dome, 600 feet of elevation gain, 4 pitches in a lead TRAD climbing. I think it's only rated 5.7, but I'm a new TRAD climber. So anyway, maybe that's interesting to you, maybe it's not. Anyhow, this is what I'm taking, and I just kind of thought I needed to do an overview before I got ready to go, and I thought it'd be a kind of cool video. So we'll start with maybe the boring stuff and move on to the more interesting stuff. So I'm bringing 3 pairs of darn tough socks, and basically in the warmest of times, basically I'm going to be wearing a tank top and these Columbia shorts. These Columbia shorts are really cool. They have a liner built into them. So basically I use them as a swimsuit, but they have pockets both on left and right and a little one in the back. And so it's really great. I just wear them around all the time. And if I jump in the water and get wet, no problem. And if I don't, they're still really comfortable, unlike most swimsuits. Yeah, if I start getting a little bit colder on the bottom, I have these Eddie Bauer fleece pants I really like. The outside is a little bit water resistant, and then there's a thin fleece lining inside. And if I get even colder on the bottom, then I have some rain pants that have seen better days and have recently undergone some pretty gnarly patchwork because I burned a hole in them in the garage. Anyway, then up top, if I start getting a little bit colder or need some sun protection, I have just, I think this is Patagonia checkered shirt I wear all the time. Things get colder still, I have this North Face. It's kind of like a relatively thick sun shirt, so I'm bringing this for sun protection as well as just another layer. It's not a fleece and it's not real thick, but it has a hood, and it's the only thing I'm bringing with a hood besides the raincoat. Then I have a 800 fill or 850 fill, but a lighter duty Eddie Bauer jacket. I get these on eBay in the summer when no one else wants to buy them. I got this for 40 bucks. I have this, I think this is 800 or 850 fill vest from Eddie Bauer. Also get this on eBay for about 50 bucks. It's a great place to go in the summer. And then top it all up with a raincoat that I got on a clearance at some outdoorsy store that I really don't like. Yeah, anyway, moving on. So some old black diamond gloves that I bought before my trip to Alaska 15 years ago. Just a normal kind of fleece-lined hat that I got in Germany years ago. A winter buff. This is a little bit different than a normal buff. Part of it's normal, but then it has this fleece section here, which is really nice for colder weather. I have these almost 20-year-old Gore-Tex outdoor research gaiters that I'm bringing for the snow sections. And then I just bought these. I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee now. I very rarely need boots. I think they're 130 bucks. I got them on Amazon, and I've worn them a few times already. And I've worn these type of boots before and know that they don't give me any trouble. And then my rock climbing shoes. I have trekking poles. Cascade Mountain is a great brand on Amazon. They're very inexpensive. I have had these for 5 or 6 years thanks to Andrew Skirka's recommendation. These are carbon fiber. I don't know if they're going to let me take them on the airplane because I'm not going to check a bag. So if I take them, I take them. If I don't, I don't. For sleeping, I have this Sierra Designs quilt. So quilt has no back to it and also no zipper. My kids like to call it the flying squirrel because you can tuck your hands into these and tuck your face through there. And then I just bought this Big Agnes wrap Speed SL insulated pad. I bought it because of a recommendation from a guy on the internet called My Life Outdoors. He has a YouTube channel. I don't know him, but I appreciate a lot of his input. And I had to buy a wide. I'm not a big guy, but my shoulders are broad enough that when I sleep on a normal pad, my elbows and stuff fall down to the left and right of the pad, and I get pinched nerves in my shoulders. And last time I was backpacking, it was horrible. I never wanted to go again. So I did buy a wide pad. This will be my first time using it. I'm also bringing this 3/4 length pad just in case that thing pops, plus a little bit of insulation for when we sleep up at 10,000 feet in the snow, plus just for when we make lunch and things like that. It'll be strapped to the outside of my pack. And, it's just nice to be able to sprawl out sometimes. Okay, my climbing harness. This is by Camp. No major comments about that. My new hat that signifies 35 and retired, and it's kind of a long story behind that, but I won't get into it. I'll go over my pack in a few minutes. This is just a placeholder for my phone. I'm going to switch out my phone case for this one with the strap, which is really good for adventurous situations where you might otherwise lose your phone. The book that he asked me to read as part of this trip, I've already read it once. Reading through it a second time. Really wonderful book. It's been really helpful for me in my life. Anyhow, into some of the other areas. So basically, I'm going to have a bag. This is a bag I'll be in and out of all the time. So things that I expect I'll be needing and wanting: chapstick, sunscreen, toothpaste, toothbrush, whatever. Dr. Bronner soap, bleach, 1 drop per liter for water purification. I'm also bringing a filter. I'll show you that in a minute. Bug repellent. And then Leukotape, if you're not familiar with that, check that out. It's inexpensive. It sticks to skin really well. It's quite a bit better than medical tape, as far as I'm concerned. This is like a 1 millimeter Dyneema course rope that I got from Dutchwear, I think, or Ripstop by the roll. Really light and very super strong stuff. This is 275 paracord. I like to have that for shoelaces or clothesline, something like that. This is the book of Ephesians printed out on a piece of paper, so I can read the Bible without having my phone out. Some field notes that I've been working through and will add to, and a Fisher Space Pen that I've had for ages. Okay, moving on. I have 2-liter Evernew water bags. What I really like about the Evernew ones is really just one thing, and that is that they have a tether for the cap. It's a very small, inexpensive thing, but taking off the cap and not having to worry about it falling, which I've had happen once to my son, and it went into the river and we lost it, is just a really nice addition compared to the platypus ones that I used to have that were just like that. Okay, moving on to kind of the bag that I hope to never open. This is more or less for emergency or problems that I have to open this bag. So I have a ace bandage, more Leukotape, aqua tabs for water purification, Imodium, Benadryl, antacids, Tylenol, Motrin, and some gauzes that I use with the Leukotape for bandages, earplugs, and a little set of tweezers. And then I carry a paper copy of my driver's license here, just in case I don't know, I'm found or something like that. They know who I am, but that way I don't have to take my actual wallet out there. Mylar emergency blanket. This is what I use for the bathroom. So this is a GSI trowel that I've just kind of been hacking away at over the years. I took out all the ribs in here that were just unnecessarily there. And it was kind of just to save space and weight, but also just kind of the challenge of, how simple can I make this and it still perform what I need it to perform. Some hand sanitizer, and then some blue shop towels cut in half. You can check out Gossamer Gear's website if you're interested in why I do that. I got that tip from them. Okay, moving on to the food and stove area. So I, thanks to Andrew Skirka, use a Trail Designs titanium windscreen and pot holder. These are made specifically for a specific pot, in this case the Evernew 900 milliliter pot, and the Kojin stove. And I will buy some denatured alcohol in the form of heat, those yellow bottles that you get at automotive stores, things like that, for my stove. And then I have this bamboo spoon that I carved myself. Before we get to the food, I guess I'll just finish up these things. So this is a second water filter. He suggested I bring a water filter instead of just chemicals in case we're in some nasty water that is, debris and stuff like that. I've used this one several times. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it a little bit more than the Sora Squeeze, but don't have that much experience with it to really give a lot of comments. Little Streamlight. This is the USB one, rechargeable, which is really great. I use this every day. This is my watch, Virtusi something. Really like that one. And a little clip-on compass. I'm going with a guide, and we're in a pretty well-known area, so I'm not too worried about navigation. Plus, I have my phone, but I always like to have a compass. An old thermometer that I cut off of something, along with one of these Govee temperature sensors, so that when I get back from the trip, I can look on my phone and look at all of the temperatures and humidity levels of what I experienced at night. It's helpful for you sort of say, like, I know I was really cold on that third night with these clothes and this sleeping bag, but how cold was it? And you can look. It's really nice. Nightcore NU25. I have spent way too much money trying to find the perfect headlamp. This one is it. And I just used some very light duty. This is probably 1.5, maybe 1 mil bungee to make my own head strap. And it wasn't primarily about the weight savings, as some might laugh. That's fine. It's really about the space savings. I'm just one of these people who doesn't like loose cords and things like that. It kind of drives me nuts. So I just like that this is small and compact. It fits in a pocket, doesn't get caught on things. And so the choice for that was really more space and hassle and tidiness than weight. Power bank with some extra rubber bands that are useful for everything. This is a really nice USB cord, not that it matters that much, but it's from Streamlight. And I like that it's USB-A on the one side, 2 USB micros on the other side. And then I took this off one other one so that I can charge my phone without having a whole other cord. Nerdy, I know. Anyway, yeah, so basically food, all I'm taking is 3 of Andrew Skirka's recipes. You can check out his website. He'll send you the recipe book for free. I'm taking 3 pesto noodles, which I will have to get sauce for once I'm in town, 3 peanut noodles, and 4 Frito beans, which I'll have to buy cheese and Fritos for. And then my wife and I, we just kind of make up our own trail mixes from Aldi. So you can't actually buy this exact thing. We just reuse the containers. And Trader Joe instant coffee is the one that we've come across that works best for us without a bunch of extra equipment and things like that. I'm basically bringing 2 meals per day, lunch and dinner. I'm not going to eat breakfast, just the coffee for me. And then one of these is just for the general travel out to California and back. One I'll probably take with me. I'm not exactly sure what my energy level will be like with all of the climbing. I've backpacked a lot and I've climbed a lot, but I've never really done both of them together. Okay, I think the last thing to talk about is the bag that I'll be taking. So I'll just kind of move that over here. So I'm taking the Arn Natural Balance. If you're not familiar with this brand, they're from New Zealand, and they are the only company, to my knowledge, that makes backpacks that have 2 bags that go in the front, what they call pockets. Balance pockets, I think, is the official name. I put another video on my channel already about that, so you can look that up. Just type in Arn, you'll find them. So basically, this backpack is just like a normal backpack. I think it's like 67 liters, something like that. It kind of works exactly like you'd expect from all the others. It has a roll top. One thing that's nice is it has an integrated liner that is removable. So this yellow thing is waterproof, and it is removable and exchangeable if it were to get a hole in it, or if you are going in a place you don't need the waterproofing. But it integrates into the bag really seamlessly. Like you almost don't even realize it's there until you get inquisitive about this Velcro. Anyway, on the front of the bag, there are these pockets, little pockets, and the pockets accept this metal, well, it's metal inside of this fabric, this metal rod, and these 2 balance pockets sit in front of you on the hip belt. And so you can put your small, dense, heavy items in these front bags. And normally I'll do water and snacks and electronics, maybe first aid kit. And what you can achieve is you can actually achieve, I've done it several times, not always, it's not always possible depending on what you're bringing, but you can have 50% of the weight of your gear in these front 2 pockets, and then 50% of the weight in that bag. You put your light fluffy stuff back there, you put your small dense stuff up here, you get a perfect balance. It diminishes the need for trekking poles, although I still like having them. It improves your balance. It's just a total game changer. Most people I've ever talked to have never heard of this company and never seen anything like this. They think it's a bit odd, and that's fine. It looks a bit goofy on the trail. But aside from the benefit of balance, you also have amazing access to all kinds of things. I put one of those water bags in there, and I basically just unzip this, reach down and suck on the bottle like you would a straw. And because the bottle's collapsible, it just comes right up. There's these front pockets, zippered pockets, and then the main compartment. It also has these waterproof liners that you can put in there if you like. They roll and then snap, and they Velcro in at the bottom. They're not quite as seamless because they don't Velcro here around the perimeter. So they do kind of get in your way. So I normally just carry one, and I'll make one a waterproof side and one a non-waterproof side. But the bags are water resistant, so you have that as well. But if you're not familiar, like I said, check out Arn. I've owned 2 bags. My wife has a bag. I have a bag. Very happy with them. Rich Murphy here in the States is the distributor. Really helpful guy. Really nice to deal with. And I just think the design is really amazing. Aside from that, last boring thing, I'm just taking some Ziplocs, a couple bags for just a couple things to get organized. And then I'm taking one more additional liner. This is from Gossamer Gear that normally goes in my Murmur, but this goes at the bottom of the bag just as a double layer of protection to keep my the stuff that I need for sleeping dry. Yeah, other than that, I'm really excited to go on the trip. I'll do a video when I get back as to what the experience was like, both from the recreational standpoint as well from the spiritual standpoint. So maybe you'll enjoy that. If not, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if you like this video, very happy about that. If you didn't, do me a favor, give me a thumbs down. Let me know. I won't make this kind of stuff anymore. But I know some people like this, and I pretty much had it all spewed out anyway. So I just thought, well, might as well make a quick video. All right. Thanks so much. Take care. God bless. See you on the next one.